Questions remain after the death of a 6-month-old baby in Odessa. Tonight, CBS 7 continues to investigate as the actions of two agencies charged with protecting children are under scrutiny.
According to CPS workers, they have a procedure that emails law enforcement about potentially dangerous situations. However, Odessa police say they knew nothing about the violent assault that prompted a CPS investigation just 12 days before the baby's death.
CBS 7's Matt Rist takes a closer look at how CPS reports cases statewide. Matt, are email notifications routine?
Tatum, J, state law only requires that CPS notify law enforcement agencies via email. And while we can all agree that ultimately if the parents had been more involved, it might have prevented this baby's death, both agencies met today to discuss the issues on both sides, and experts are raising questions about why CPS didn't pick up the phone to call police.
6-month-old baby Jeremiah suffocated on November 27th. Police say it was a result of actions by 20-year-old Caleb Givens, who remains behind bars charged with manslaughter. But it was an incident that happened here on Seminole Street 12 days before, where Givens shoved a bottle so hard into the baby's mouth he needed stitches that raised questions from CBS 7 on Friday.
We were never made aware of the injury to the child until the 27th, the day the child died, when we were doing our interviews.
Today, CPS said it sent 2 emails on November 16th to designated liaisons at Odessa Police about the incident. CBS 7 obtained the email accounts. One went to R. Smith, the other to A. Castillo, the clerk and supervisor with the Criminal Investigations Bureau.
Every decision is based on a child's safety. On a priority 1 investigation, physical or sexual abuse, they're supposed to be notified automatically.
CPS says it followed the same protocol it used in the more than 15,000 reports of child abuse or neglect statewide last year. First, intake in Austin was notified. Then interviews and an assessment were made. Finally, because it was a priority 1 or more dangerous case, police were immediately notified.
Having more than an email is important. Emails certainly provide written verification of notification if they are received, but technology isn't 100% reliable. And so having a backup plan to ensure that law enforcement has been notified and that they received that notification would be very important.
OPD says in 2013 alone, they were notified of 934 CPS cases. In November, they were emailed about 59 cases. Not one involved baby Jeremiah. OPD says when contacted by CPS, an email is received by a clerk and supervisor. The information is evaluated, assigned a case number, and investigated accordingly. They say all 59 other cases in November were assigned a case number and investigated. Police were not involved in this case until the child's death.
Now, in this case, the hospital did do its due diligence. By state law, they are only required to contact CPS in these instances. We're also told by Odessa police that the 2 contacts designated by state law at the police department to work with CPS have been trained and know to receive these types of emails. Now, the expert we spoke with say in order for there to be changes, there would have to be changes to the law as well as more resources allocated if CPS were to start making phone calls in these sorts of cases. Live in the studio, Matt Rist, CBS 7 News.